Alright, good morning. Today is the day. Full planche hold PR attempt. Current PR is 15 seconds and I'm aiming for 20. And I mean 20 is the final goal of this bulk, so if that happens, I'll be so damn happy. But yeah, I just wanna say the reason I don't often do these max holds, especially on the skills, right? Every now and then I will do max attempts on the pistol squat, but when it comes to skills, I don't do them very often because, it's very little bang for your buck. When you do a maximum hold, it takes all the effort out of you, right? For a relatively small amount of volume. I mean, there's a time and a place to go to your maximum, right? But when it comes to skills, it's also important to gather some volume. So if I do today, like in one set, 20 seconds of full planche holds, 5 seconds of those are probably gonna be bad form, so I have 15 seconds of good volume. But if I just do 3 sets of 5 seconds, I have the same volume, than I would if I do those 15 seconds, except I'm not tired. I will not be tired. I can keep on training, right? So that's why these max attempts are very limited for me. But anyway, at the same time, right, if you never do them, you will not know where you're at, especially if you're aiming to improve your holds. I guess it's different when you do combos, right? But when you aim for holds, well, you gotta try your maximum hold sometime because you wanna know if you're growing or not. So that's what's gonna happen today. And I think I'm good for 15 seconds. Definitely, right? So that's like the bare minimum. But somewhere in my mind, I want to believe that I can do 20. And I really, I don't know for sure that I'm gonna be able to do it, right? But when you go in these PR attempts, or even when you start your training in general, right? You're doing a set, and when you do your set to the maximum, when there's this thought in your head, there's a 1% chance that I can do 20 seconds. There's a 1% chance that I can do 15 push-ups on that set, right? You should freaking go for it. You should learn to aim for that 1% possibility, like the dream in your head. Damn, is this not too good to be true? That's the kind of performance you should aim for, because that's where the intensity is. Especially, when you're training and you're looking to build some muscle, going to failure and going past failure are so very important. So when you tell yourself, I guess on this set I'm gonna go for 10 push-ups, right? It's gonna be hard but manageable. If you constantly do that, I mean, that's not true failure. If someone gave you $1,000 or euros, you would be able to do a couple other reps. And you should try to think like that all the time. So, it's really a mindset going into these PRs. Whether it's, for the planche hold, or you're just trying to train as hard as possible for muscle building, try to go for that 1% possibility, right? Because there's 2 situations, and in both situations you're winning. Either you freaking win and you reach the 1% possibility, or you lose and you win some motivation to train harder, right? There is no bad outcome in trying. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Just a 5K today, easy pace. And when I get back home, I'll warm up for the planche and basically just do my first set as the planche hold attempt when I'm fresh. And then after that, I don't know. I think I'll just play around a little bit, but I don't think I'll do a lot of commentary when I get home before the planche attempt. So yeah, I'll see you after the planche attempt. Fuck! Alright, I think I got 16 seconds, which is 1 second more than my all-time PR, but we still got a long way to go. Alright, so there is two ways to look at the result. On one hand, you know, I failed my goal, right? I failed the final goal of 20 seconds. On the other hand, I managed to beat my lifetime PR, which I hadn't beaten for, I think, about 5 years. So, you know, there's a positive and a negative way to look at it. And I think it's okay to look at it from both ways, right? Yes, okay, I've grown, that's good. But at the same time, there's a lot of work to do. I was talking about this a couple of days ago, you know. You can look at other people. People are doing 30 seconds, 40 seconds of planche, right? You can look at those people and say, wow, you know, I suck. But that's not in a negative way. You can look at those people like to see what's possible, right? 40 seconds is possible. And, you know, at the moment for me, when I compare myself to myself, that's where I, you know, measure the progress. I base my happiness off of my progress. And, you know, it's a bit of a double feeling because I would have liked to have gotten 20 seconds, obviously. But at the same time, hey, a 5-year-old PR has fallen. That's not too bad. So, you know, it's a bit sweet and sour today. But yeah, this motivates me so much, you know, to just continue training because I feel like, you know, the 20 seconds, it will fall. And don't forget, when I got my 15-second PR like 5 years ago, I was weighing 60 kilos. And right now, I weigh 72 kilos or 71 and a half. I'll talk about my weight at the end of the video, but I weigh so much more. So I have gotten stronger, you know, I have made investments and, you know, they're paying off. So, you know, I'm super excited to just keep training planche, keep training holds and get those 20 seconds eventually. Now for today, you know, the max hold has been completed. I'm just gonna see where I'm at, right? I'm gonna play around a little bit with planche variations, maybe some floor push-ups, maybe some supinated planche on the floor, and just see where I'm at. Like, how is my current planche going? Because I've not been training a lot aside from like actual holds. So basically, everything that I'm gonna do today from here on out is just a bit of playing. I'm not used to those movements. I'm just gonna be able to see what my base power is, right? Without any specific training. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna, like I said, play around. I don't know what I will do after that, but let's make it a fun training. Oh, it's been so long since I did this kind of just fucking attempts, you know? Let's do a couple more. Alright, without training it's not too bad, but let's move on to some floor stuff, right? I mean, I'm doing floor stuff right now, but some floor planche. Yes. Let's try a couple reps with body weight planche. Alright, I don't have strength anymore today. Guys, when you fucking train, right, and you have these things in your head of like, I want to do XYZ, and you succeed and you don't feel anything, or the opposite scenario, you fail and you don't feel anything, it doesn't do anything to you, it's time to reconsider the training you're doing, you know? Because half of the fucking training is, you know, the intensity you bring to it, the mindset you bring to it, and if you're not invested, you know, you're just going to go through the movements, you're going to be operating at like 40% of what you're capable of, and that's not enough to make some proper gains, right? So when you like try to PR, right, or you try to aim for like a good set, right, and you fail, you know, or you succeed, right, and you're fucking happy about it, that's a good thing, or you're sad about it, that's a good thing. Like, you have to use those emotions, and like when you're sad as well, right, don't try to fucking hide the like or like put away, you know, the bad feelings about your training. When you're frustrated, don't put those feelings away, you know, you can channel those and use them to like have like multiply your output, like when it comes to energy, right? You can take up those emotions and use them to your advantage. You can channel them, right? I mean, today, don't get it wrong, right? Okay, I'm kind of happy that I got 1 second on a PR, right? I'm happy about that. But like more than that, you know, I'm fucking frustrated, right? And as this training is going on, I just noticing myself, like, I think more and more and more and more about, fuck, it was only 16 seconds and I went 20, right? And the energy is just pending in me, like, muscularly, I guess. When it comes to fucking muscle fatigue, I'm fatigued, you know, nothing is coming out of me anymore today, you know, I'm not gonna break any PRs. But that in combination, you know, the fact that I'm not able to do this PR today anymore, and the fact that I want it, it's kind of like pinting up inside of me, you know, and it's gonna be extra motivation to keep on training from here on out, you know. It would be like a really sad story if I didn't care, if I was telling you like, okay, whatever, I didn't get the 20 seconds. Bad things happen, you know. If I didn't care about it, that would be the real sad story, you know. In a way, you know, like what happened today is good. Like I mentioned this when I was running. Either you break your PR and you're fucking happy, you're fucking stoked, or you fucking fail, right? And you have all this internal motivation to go even further, right? And I guess I can keep on yapping about it, but it really just boils down to just do some fucking training that you love, right? If someone tells you to do like a certain kind of training because it's optimal and this and that, but you don't enjoy it, guess what? It's not optimal. The optimal training is the training that you can get the most psycho about, right? The training that gets you the most obsessed, because when you're obsessed with something, you know, that's when you're gonna get fucking invested. That's when you're gonna want to train even when you're tired. So, you know, today was a failure but a success at the same time, you know. We're gonna have newfound energy to do some freaking planches, right? So, yeah, that's it. Right now, I'm gonna do some freaking push-ups because today was a heavy day on the joints, ligaments, and tendons. So I'm just gonna do some push-ups to open up my joints, you know, get some blood flowing, get a good chest pump, and then basically, yeah, that's gonna be it for today's workout. Okay, boys and girls, let me give you a quick example of why the most optimal training for you is not always the most efficient training, right? And I'm gonna give you an example with my training because people often tell me like, it would be way better if you just cut down weight and train skills instead. How the fuck are you gonna gain skills when you're on a bulk, right? It's not efficient. And they are correct, it's not efficient. But for me, it's optimal because for me, I like doing skills and looking jacked as hell, right? Because doing this while I get bigger legs, bigger, stronger legs, actually, pistol squats up the wazoo, when I'm able to run, when I'm able to gain muscle, be heavy and do skills anyway, it's kind of like me battling against my past self who was thinking like, oh, you have to be light to do judo, you have to be light to do calisthenics skills. I should starve myself. I was starving myself pretty much, not to an extreme, but like not like anorexia stuff. But I was always, trying to eat less to stay skinny, right? It was not healthy. And, ever since I fucking injured my leg, my other leg, this one, I fucking tore my ACL. I was like laying in bed and like, fuck, I'm weak, right? I was weak and defeated. And ever since then, I really didn't care about my weight anymore. I just wanted to be strong. And for me, like, even though, gaining weight is bad for skills, gaining leg size, getting stronger legs, training legs, is bad for skills, right? Bulking is bad for skills. Running is bad for skills because you're expending energy on other stuff, right? But even though I'm doing that, right, I'm still doing skills. And it's kind of like, fuck you, back to my past self. Like, you can do it, right? And in the past, I would always think to myself, like, yeah, I would be stressed out, thinking like, oh, I have to be light for skills. And oh, I know I gained the kilo. My skills are going to be bad. I was kind of really restricted in my mindset. But now this training allows me to be free. I feel free. I don't have restrictions. I can go for a run. I am able to squat. I have strong legs and I'm still able to do skills. It's like kind of having, everything I ever wanted. And yes, in the past, I used to do Malteses stronger than I'm able to do now. Yes, I was even pressing the Maltese. I was, doing Victorian cross on skills. But at the moment, I'm 10, 12 kilos heavier and I'm on my way to do that again while being stronger in other areas, even skill related, right? Push-ups, I'm stronger than I'm ever before. So for me, this training gives me freedom in my mindset, right? And if you like have the luxury of not feeling restricted by the training you're doing, that's like the best training you can ever have because you're just going to be so excited to do your training. And if that for you is like pure skill training, if that for you is purely basics, right? You only want to do basics, you only want to do skills, and that gives you freedom in your mind, that gives you something to obsess over, that's fine, right? But like, it's different for everyone. And I think, if you can find that kind of training for yourself, that's where you're heading in the right direction. But anyway, enough yapping about that. I want to yap a bit about the bulk because this week it seems like the weight is going back down a bit. Like I will average 71.78, 78-ish kilos, right? And if I look at the last 4 weeks, I have gained 0. I have stayed the same weight. So it's time to up my calories here. And yeah, until now I've just been maintaining 3,200 to 3,500 calories. I'll probably up that to a minimum of 3,500, like in the range of 3,500 to 3,800, and see where my weight heads. But I just wanted to mention that we're approaching 90 days, 3 months in the bulk. So, we're in the thick of it right now. So if you are interested in another day of eating, full day of eating, I feel I would be happy to make it for you. I just want to know if there is interest. And that's it for today, you know. Enough yapping. I yapped a lot today, but today was also a very good training. So tomorrow we have a pull day, then we have pistol squat PR, and then we're back to the regular stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow, and now I'm gonna have some breakfast.